If you did not see my community tab post, you're gonna think this is a really weird way to start a video. Actually, in general, this is a really weird way to start a video. This is obviously my TV, and this is my Spotify account logged out. I'm doing it for the plot. Now, granted, I don't know what kind of TV they had at the apartments, but I want to see how it's going to tell me to log in. Okay, I signed out, log back in. We can log in with the code or we can sign up. I'm going to assume they probably chose this. However, you get two options. Let me zoom in on the options because I really want y'all, because this is what I was trying to say, although I'm going to get to y'all theories. You get two options. You get the option to scan QR code and you get the option to web page. We're going to do both and see what options we get. My camera's dirty. Don't talk about that. And I'm scanning. Okay, we're going to scan. It automatically opens up my Spotify. And then it's going to ask me, do you want to allow this TV to connect? I'm hitting pair. Now, when I hit pair, we just going to see what the TV does. That's automatic, right? See how there's an automatic login? This is what I was thinking happened. We're going to log in with the code this time. So I literally go to spotify.com/pair. So then if I get the code on my TV, I'm just going to put the code in. See, this is the thing. They would have to already be logged in. This is the two-factor that I'm talking about. Now, if you log in with the code, you have to have a two-factor. If you log in with the scan, it's going to auto log you in based off the app. Now let's run through your theories for what happened with that whole Spotify situation. Jagger says, I don't think it was a login situation with Haley and Magan. I think a producer got access to the phone and may have cast the phone screen on Haley and Magan's TV from outside their apartment. That W says, I think the sex playlist is strong proof. How is it not? And I think the producer set it up. Also, Mel has cheated on Marie before, according to their mutual friend on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, and this is why I don't know who used to work on the food truck with them. And then Elena says, they said that Dayna Spotify connected to their TV. I imagine they cast it to the wrong TV or something since they were staying in the same condo. You want to know what I think? I think y'all, the two people who said that it was producers, I 100% agree with you. I thought that it was the situation with the QR code. Like in my head, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it had to be the QR code or it had to be some type of two-factor situation. That only applies if it happened to Dayna. How would they get access to Mel's phone when neither of them have been partnered with Mel and wouldn't have access to her Spotify? See, that's the key, because Magan said it kept showing both of y'all accounts. It kept connecting to both of your accounts.
And all of a sudden, the TV turns on. It goes to Spotify, it logs in on both of your accounts. And it's so strange.
It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Because we tried to connect our phones and you needed an approval. Both of your accounts opened up.
I think it was producers. And I think y'all are some geniuses for sussing that out. I was over here trying to be so wholesome. Maybe it was a mistake. I don't know. Two-factor issues. Y'all thinking big. I was thinking small. It was definitely the producers. I have no doubt that they was out there rubbing their hands together like this from outside. Yeah, Apple Connect, Apple Cast, AirPlay to the TV. I can't even be mad at it. That is genius. I already said that I expect producers to make a little drama happen in these reality TV shows. And the thing is, it's not necessarily scripted. Like, there might be some moments that they push a little bit. I actually talked about stuff like this in my commentary that I did on the Jerry Springer documentary that Netflix released a few months ago. Because there was a whole thing with how the producers would push people to say things on the Jerry Springer show. But it's not scripted. That's a little bit different. It's like they might insert something and be like, we wanted to lean this way. So in this case, they might set something up. Hey, they might have even made no, they didn't make the playlist. They didn't make the playlist because Dayna didn't deny it. So in this case, they might have set something up, said, hey, let's just send this Spotify to this TV on purpose and then see what happens. See, they're not controlling the drama. They're just essentially creating it, for lack of a better phrase. I agree with y'all. I think it was producers too. And I think it was genius. Marketing side of my brain is like, that's real smart. Like, that's guaranteed drama. So I kind of got to give it to him. That was a good idea. Williams Pinch says, AJ is a red pill stud. I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know this was, what does this mean? I mean, I guess I could put two and two together. You know, I don't know. I wanted to like AJ so bad, and I guess I'm still just like trying to like AJ so bad, but I get what y'all saying. I've seen other comments saying, oh, AJ's misogynistic. And for me, I was like, well, how could you be misogynistic if you're a girly pop? But you know what I mean? But AJ is not just a stud. AJ also takes on the more mask role. So I guess that's why, yeah. I see what y'all saying when y'all saying, you know, red pill stud, a little misogynistic. I can get on board. Maker High School. When I saw your account name, I was like, is somebody replying to me from their school's account? I was about to be like, you want to log out first? But then I went to your account and I saw, and I was like, oh, this is not a high school. When I watched this episode, I was cracking up laughing at how AJ was talking about the med spa. She wasn't saying anything like, I miss you. It was more, I miss all the crap you did for me. And the thing is, that is a very kind of misogynistic talking point. Like when you ask someone who's not really in the relationship for the right reasons, if you ask them what they love about their partner, they'll name all the things that their partner does for them versus qualities about their partner. So if you're like, oh, tell me all the things that you love about Britney, she'll say, oh, she always keeps the house clean, she's so tidy, she cooks for me, naming off things that Britney does for her. Versus if you ask her, what do you love about Britney? And she says, she's such a caring person, she makes everyone around her laugh, she brings a smile to people's faces, she gives back to her community, you know? Versus things that are good qualities, they'll say things that are like things that they do for them. So I see what you're saying by that. I get what you mean. And then you have a message for AJ. Okay. Hey AJ, if having your house clean all the time is that important to you, you could always do it yourself. And could. Or you could use your own money to hire a housekeeping company. And could. Which would not only meet your requirements, but would also give Britney one less thing to worry about. There. I fixed it for you. And you did. Seriously though, that was super manipulative and I'm pleased Britney didn't fall for it. I have a feeling that Britney is kind of like me in the sense that I think I've talked to y'all about how one of my love languages is acts of service. So I'm naturally going to do those things anyway. Like I'll clean for the people who I care about. I'll cook for them. I'll do those types of things. But yeah, maybe in like friendship, she doesn't realize, or in this relationship, she doesn't realize that, hey, you're not getting much back. You're giving, but you're not with someone who gives anything back. And I'm not saying that AJ is the type of person who isn't giving anything back, but I'm saying when you are a natural caregiver or an acts of service type of person, if that's your love language, you could tend to kind of fall in that cycle of being like, well, this is just what I do for people I care about, and not realizing that they're kind of taking advantage of you. Monica says, I thought it was great Britney decided to go full in and show Marita what she was missing. I just hope Britney got something out of it too. You know, I was thinking about this. I was like, I don't know. See, here's the thing. I don't necessarily know that Britney was looking to get anything out of it. I think what ended up happening was she was like, look, these are the cards that we've been dealt. We both didn't necessarily pick each other. But I think she, again, what I was just talking about, how Britney is a natural caregiver, a natural acts of service type of person. She took that opportunity and said, you know what? This isn't what I wanted out of it, but I'm going to take this chance to give back to Marita and show her and care for her. I think that comes natural to her, and I believe that because that's the kind of person I am. Like, people come over, I'm like, you want me to make breakfast for you? What you want to eat? Like, all that kind of stuff. So I see a lot of my qualities in Britney. And so I think what she got out of it is that she got to be her natural caregiving self. The problem is AJ is the type of person who has seemed to take her caregiving for slavery, for lack of a better word. Housekeeping, I guess. Naughty Lola. Okay, Lola, I see you, girl. It did not escape me when AJ told Marie, or was it Marita, I'm going to pull the clip. On one of her dates, she owns her house and then corrected it to, well, Britney owns the house and I live in it with her. So she did say that.
I swear to God.
Bought a house out there.
You bought a house. That seems like you were issued the ultimatum?
I was issued the ultimatum.
So you bought a house.
Well, she bought the house.
Yeah.
Ooh, AJ has surface level game, but Britney is beautiful, stable, and successful. She deserves someone who matches that, period. You didn't say that, but I'm saying that. Not someone who's a low-key hater, and that's what AJ gives me. I don't doubt that AJ loves Britney. Maybe it's a coping thing, but girl, get some therapy or something. I don't know. I agree with you. I don't doubt that AJ loves Britney either. I think, like I said, they are clearly in this vicious cycle where AJ is like, but you always have taken care of me, and Britney is like, but I'm running a business now. And AJ's like, what that got to do with me? AJ's literally like, what that got to do with me? Here's the thing. There are some women, even if you make enough money, they will still go out and do their own thing because they just have that in them. I also talk about Selling Sunset. I don't know when the new season is coming out, but I've been watching Selling Sunset since the beginning. And on their show, you know, they're real estate agents. There's a black woman named Chelsea, and she's a real estate agent. She's a hustler. It's in her blood, like it's what she does. Her husband, rich as hell. She does not have to work. Well, her ex-husband, they got divorced for a whole other reason. But she literally did not have to work, and she was talking about how one of the biggest pain points in their marriage was the fact that he felt she hustled and wanted to grind for funsies. He was like, you do not need to work. I can sustain your lifestyle and 20 other people's lifestyle. Stay home. And she's like, but I want to go grind. That might just be the type of person that Britney is. Maybe she doesn't want to be a stay-at-home person, which is what a lot of people are saying, me included. If you want somebody to stay home, you can go find plenty of women who will stay home. It's not that hard. You're just going to have to bring the money so that they can. And that's the part that I think AJ is missing. Rach says, AJ didn't pay for the home they live in. She needs to sit down and be happy she has a successful partner. I feel like Pilar bullied Kyle into accepting a kiss she didn't consent to. I disagree with that, because when Kyle was talking to Bridget about it, she ain't say none of that. I talked about that in my last video. She didn't say any of that. She was like, it happened. And then the thing is, she told Pilar it was nice. It was nice. And hey, you know, I can't get wrapped up into this whole she didn't get consent thing, because I think that is a dangerous line to cross. And once you go there, you can't pull it back. So I disagree with that. I don't think that there was a lack of consent given there. Kyle has been very confused. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Sammy says, I think AJ and Britney came for expose. Ooh, they name dropped the company a few times, and AJ is an MC. MC, is that how you spell MC? I've never seen it spelled out like that. Okay. You're right. I remember when I did the live for the cast reveal. AJ is a radio host. You were absolutely right. I think they're gonna leave here together with a bigger bag and a following. I can believe this too. And you know what? I had for a very small moment, I was like, I wonder if these two came here just to come here, because they are getting the exposure. AJ's a smooth talker. We can all agree with that. So she's gonna be known. Britney's gonna be known because she's gorgeous. She's sticking it out with AJ. Together they look fantastic. You might be right. They might just be here for a bag. And I don't remember which. This might have been a comment replying to a comment, but I think I saw a comment that said something to the effect of, or maybe I just made this up in my head. I don't know. Let me know if you said it. AJ and Britney probably had a conversation when they met one of those two times and was like, look, I don't really like Marita. If you just agree not to do anything with Marie, then we can leave out of here together and we be good. I don't like when I feel like people come on these shows just to get exposure. I really don't like that, because I've been watching this since the beginning, and I've been watching, you know, this is a spinoff of Love is Blind. I've been watching Love is Blind literally since season 1. I think that came out in 2020. So we 5 years in at this point. And I think the most authentic cast that you get is really, really only that first season of Love is Blind. Maybe 1, 2, and 3. Everything after that, you're always going to have people who are just coming for exposure. I don't see that in them. But then again, I do, because it was a quick thought. I was like, damn, maybe they just here. But I didn't want to think that, because they seem like such genuine people. I mean, at least Britney does. Britney for sure. But you're right. Regardless, they're leaving here with a bigger bag and more people knowing who they are, right? I even shared Britney's business in my last video. So you could be right. I don't know if I could be. That's the thing. Can I really be mad at somebody getting the bag? I think I'm more upset at someone coming on to get the bag for Love is Blind, because there are people who actually go there looking for love, looking to get married, and really wanting to put their all into it. And you don't know that other person, so don't play with that person's time. When it comes to Ultimatum, maybe I give a little bit more leeway for trying to come on just to get the bag, because you're coming on with your significant other, and again, you could be playing with somebody else's heart. But if you never get involved with them, then you don't get involved with them. So I can't be mad at the bag getters. It's hard out here, you know. So, but just don't play with anybody's heart. Astoria says Kyle is they them, by the way. Thank you, Astoria. I actually think that Kyle is she they. Unless what Netflix themselves said is wrong, Kyle is she they. So 9 times out of 10, when someone is their born, how do I say this? Someone they're born. When someone identifies as their, I don't know, like their birth pronoun, I guess. I don't know how to say it. Look, don't quote me. When someone identifies as the pronoun that they were assigned at birth / they, I'm just gonna go with the one that they were assigned at birth, because it's easier to see, because that's the way that they're presenting. If Kyle was he they, then obviously I will put the effort into saying he they. But she they, you identify as a woman, I'm gonna go with she, because that's the default. But correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what the Netflix official website says. So juice, we got the vibe, we got the juice, baby. Mel wanting Dayna to say she had feelings in episode 6 was frying me. Food truck wife versus Magan taking the MCAT and being a doctor. Shrug. And then Williams, you low-key funny. I've been reading some of your responses and your comments. You've been having me crack up. You a little spicy in this one though. Nothing wrong with being a business owner and not having 100K plus and student debt or a job she won't have. Now what that mean? What do you mean she's not gonna have that job in another 10 years? You think ChatGPT about to be doing surgeries and well, I don't think so. Doctors aren't going anywhere. Doctors are not going anywhere. I hope not. I don't want ChatGPT doing my surgery. I don't have any planned or anything, but who knows what 10 years could bring. I don't know. That's kind of weird. See, some of y'all didn't see iRobot. Y'all wanting the AI to take over too much for me. I'm gonna need y'all to go back and watch that, okay? Because y'all forget what happened. It's a dangerous game out here that we play with these robots. Here's the thing. I support somebody being an entrepreneur. I think we have far too many of them these days. If everybody's an entrepreneur, who's gonna have the regular jobs? But I like a good food truck. You know, I'm from LA. We got food trucks galore. And it's funny how food trucks went from being something that people, what they used to call them, like roach motels. Now they all popular and fancy and stuff. So I support an entrepreneur. I also support a doctor. Now you talking 100K in debt. A doctor gonna make that back half a year. They gonna make that back so long as they go into the right career field. So yeah, I don't know. It depends on how much money that food truck is bringing in. It might be bringing in some banks. Some people have some really nice food trucks. I'm not gonna knock the hustle ever. Dia says, Dayna and Mel's conversation after Marie talked to Mel was telling. They weren't confused. They were angry at the idea of being caught, and that's exactly what I was saying. Yeah, it wasn't a situation where they were like, huh? What are they talking about? What? That didn't happen. It was like, that's what I said. Dayna was like, did they hack our camera? Why would you say it? Why would you say that? If it didn't happen, why would you say that? That's a crazy response for something that you're denying. Like, that's insane.
Were they spying on us? They hacked the cameras? Where do they think that they found?
They backed off at the table because they knew they were lying and didn't want it all coming out in front of everyone else. Stupid to lie when it's all on camera. That top coming off in the kitchen, episode 5, I'm gonna run it back. And y'all haven't been intimate? Okay. Yeah, exactly. Dayna pulling back at the table was insanity. When the host, I forget her name, the host was like, well, you know, I'm glad you guys have been able to have conversation. She was like, yeah, and this is a private conversation. This is something we need to talk about in private. You were just having that conversation very publicly. Okay, wow. This whole video is going to be me getting ready to knuck a few buck at that, whatever it is. You were literally just having this conversation very publicly, literally 5 seconds before this, until all the information started coming out. I don't even doubt that her and Magan didn't go into the full extent of that Spotify playlist on cam some more. Maybe they didn't do it that night, and maybe we're going to see it on Wednesday, or maybe they're not going to show it on cam, and they waited for, well, I was going to say they waited for the cameras to leave, but they never leave because they're in the apartment. I don't know. They could have had a conversation. But trust and believe, Megan's bringing that up again. From Blue, we have Marie needs a backbone. Got us Virgos out here looking like fools. Stand up. That is literally my favorite thing to tell these people. Stand up. I'm not even a Virgo. She really do got y'all out here looking crazy and on Beyonce's internet while Beyonce's on tour and a Virgo. That's insanity. Y'all might want to check her. And Mel and Dayna got real quiet after that playlist talk and did. Marita is not happy with Ashley and it's like they're wasting. That's what I'm saying. They are wasting each other's time. Like, what are we doing? I truly have no words for these two. I don't even know what we're going to be watching for the next few episodes with them because they barely wanted to show Ashley on cam as it is because again, she's not an on-cam type of person. I don't know. Marie definitely needs to get a backbone though. YMIREC, not the contact's not working, says, I think Haley told Marie partly because she felt guilty about sleeping with Magan. It's shifting the blame. This is a great take. I agree with you, but I don't really, I agree with you that she might have felt guilty, but I don't know if it's shifting the blame because it's like, I think she just, for real, I think she just wanted to throw Dayna under the bus. I'm gonna be real because she doesn't like Dayna. She wants Dayna out the picture. I really want her and Magan to stay together, but I don't think they are. Man, I would love them together. But I agree with you. I think it was a little bit of guilt. From Darcy, we have, this show is the perfect example of F around and find out. I have never read truer words. It really is. And that's why these people who are over here giving the ultimatum, I think I saw another comment that said something like, and I missed this, said something about AJ saying to Marita or someone, well, our exes signed us up for this, so they knew what could happen. Something like that.
Because our exes are here?
But they're exes, right?
Yeah.
Our exes have brought us here.
Yeah.
They knew the risk.
I know, but it's scary.
A dangerous game to be playing as the ultimatum giver, knowing what you do have to know what you're signing up for, because if it backfires, what are you gonna do? Be like, don't pull a Dayna and be like, you failed a test? No, you assigned me the test and I took it. Now what? I will never understand putting an already tenuous relationship at risk by introducing your partner to other people that they can form emotional, physical connections with. None of us will understand it. We just like to watch it. If you're gonna get physical with someone when it comes to light, stand on business and own your actions and reasons behind it. The excuse making drives me crazy. You are saying what we all are thinking. And the thing is, when it comes to reality TV, I don't understand any of it. They record everything. Even if it doesn't make the cut initially, they have it. We know Netflix. They will pull it. They will pull the receipts just like they did with Cuties. And then Aura girl, I wasn't gonna do a response video without reading yours, even though it is a whole essay. Aura is a long time subscriber and always leaves me really long comments, and I love her for it, and she always supports and she always shows up to my live stream. So I can't do a heart right now, girl, but you know it's there. Buckle up because I got thoughts. It's long now, I'm sorry. Never apologize. I love the long comments. I just sometimes have to put them in a video because my fingers get tired of editing and typing, so I gotta pick a struggle. Magan is such a cutie patootie. I love her and I will fight for her. Someone hug her, please. I want Haley to hug Magan forever. If I was Megan's friend, I'd hate Dayna too. Even if Magan left this show single, I know she'd be free of Dayna, and Mel trying to check her annoyed me. Like, girl, shut up. She's just going off of, oh, Dayna is fun and new and spicy. Dayna has probably said something similar to Mel Magan a million times and it gets old after a while. I say this all the time. Please don't disappoint me, bestie. Mel likes that dangerousness that is within Dayna. Okay, well that's only gonna be fun for so long. It's not gonna be fun when y'all 45 and y'all can't get anywhere in this relationship because she's living a dangerous, spicy life. Like, we want to tone it down eventually. If Magan left here alone, I would be so happy for her. I just don't want her to leave here with Dayna. That's the only thing I'm asking. Leave here, standing on business, 85 toes down. I just keep giving people more toes every time. 85 toes down, standing on it, either single or holding Haley's hand. That's the only way to leave here. Leaving with Dayna is not an option. Dayna pisses me off. She seems mad that Magan is having a good time with the person she clicks with. Dayna can't reconcile that Magan is breaking out of her shell without her because I know good and well Magan has never dropped a mini freestyle for Dayna. That's what I said. She would never be that happy with Dayna. Never be that happy. Or smile that hard. And that must hurt. I'm sure it does, but we don't care. And Dayna not caring that Magan wouldn't be happy that she got a matching tattoo with Mel just solidifies that she does not care about Megan's feelings like she claims. Magan seems to care more about Dayna than Dayna cares about her. That's a fact. And Magan is now finding someone who seems to care to the same degree that she does. Also, Megan's friend Allie is like me for real. I wonder if she looks like that because her friends hate Dayna. She want to protect. Oh, her friends scared the hell out of me. I ain't listen. I hit the gym 5 days a week. She could punk me off of any machine. I'd be like, you can have, it's yours, girl. it's all yours. I'm sorry, but AJ trying to smooth talk her way out of Marie being angry with her got on my nerves. Britney was pissing me off. She's pissing me off too. And it wasn't fair to Marita. I'm sorry, but I honestly am starting to think she wasn't expecting AJ to be as popular as she was. Kyle is starting to make me a little nervous. Do you think her signals were mixed with Bridget too? It makes me wonder if she just has one of those faces. Like, you tell a funny joke and then you're like, was it funny? Why are you laughing? And she's like, I am laughing. Meanwhile, she looks like this. Just deadpan. Dead ass. Like that, like dead ass. Like, that's what I'm saying about it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to hear any of this stuff about Pilar somehow didn't get, because have y'all seen? Kyle is definitely giving off mixed signals. I saw a comment where someone said that they think Kyle is on a short leash with Bridget and that Kyle maybe wanted to explore but she was afraid to. I could see that too, but at the end of the day, stand up. You a grown woman. You're in the show. What better opportunity to have this moment than being on this show? So even if that is the case. And then last but not least, Mad Hatter's Muse. Oh, y'all got some. You and Naughty Lola, I see y'all muses and Naughty over here. Oh, you have a okay, I see you have a rabbit in your picture. You say, how dare you mention bunnies and not show them? So I show them sometimes in video. Well, I show one of them. I have two. One is named Shadow, the other's named Light. Light, you probably will never see because he's fast as lightning. That's not why his name is Light though. Shadow came first, Light came second. I was like, if I get another rabbit, I'm gonna name him Light. But Light is a rescue and he's still a little like nervous around people. Don't know what was his prior life, but I'm pretty sure it was neglect and abuse, so he's kind of like, you know, he doesn't really like to be picked up. Shadow, on the other hand, had him since he was a wee little rabbit and been picking him up since he was a baby, so he gets annoyed by it sometimes, but he loves to be picked up. He'll actually let you pick him up. So I'm gonna get Shadow. I'm gonna show you Shadow. Shadow, the people want to see you. Come. Oh, he's grooming himself right now. Shadow, come here, guy. The people want to see you. This is my little guy, Shadow. Say hi, guy. He's a Holland Lop. Actually, both of them are Holland Lop. Shadow is a purebred Holland Lop. Light is a mix. He still has the floppy ears, but we don't know what the other half is. He's way bigger than Shadow. Not way bigger, but like, you know, you can quite literally see their size difference. He's all white. Obviously, Shadow's all black. You're just so cute, huh, guy? Fun fact about Bunny. Now I'm just talking about my rabbits. Fun fact about bunnies. I'll put you down now, guy. I know. Say bye to the camera. Say bye, guys. Say bye, YouTube. So they're prey animals. That's why they have eyes on the side of their head versus in the front of their face, because they're always like looking out for danger. And that's also why they're kind of skittish. Please don't try to pick up a rabbit that you see in the wild. They are not built the same. These are domesticated rabbits. Also, another fun fact, they're not cage animals. A lot of people think that rabbits are like hamsters or guinea pigs, but they're not. They literally are. I always tell people that they're in between dogs and cats. So like, they don't need to be walked. Actually, probably shouldn't take them outside because again, they're prey animals. A hawk might swoop down and pick them up. You don't need to walk them, but they need more attention than cats, but they're more like cats and dogs in the sense that they need to have space. They do zoomies just like cats and dogs do, so they need space to be able to do that. They don't have, you know how, I'm not really familiar with dogs and cats, honestly, how dogs have like pads on the bottom of their feet that are like kind of like squishy to help them like walk around. Rabbits don't have that, so actually when you put them in cages, it's just like rubbing into their skin. So they're not supposed to be in cages. My rabbits are not caged. They are free roamed. They're litter box trained. Yes, you can litter box train them. Yeah, if anybody has any other rabbit questions, let me know. I've had, oh man, Shadow is a 2020 bun, so he loves people because he's always had someone home with them. Light's born in 2022, so he's a little bit different. Like I said, he's a rescue. But yeah, any other rabbit questions, let me know. I love my guys. They get lettuce in the morning and they eat hay. I'm just gonna start talking about my rabbits now, so I should end this. But thanks again, guys, for all your comments. I love when you leave comments. I love doing videos like these where I just get to, you know, it's less edity, it's more casual. I get to respond. We could have a kiki. We could talk more things. Today, this is gonna go up on Tuesday, and then tomorrow we have, well, tomorrow when you're seeing this is me from the past. Tomorrow, the final episodes come out, and then we'll figure out the reunion situation and go from there and all that. We'll get the decisions and all that. So y'all gonna see me again tomorrow, but until then, I'm gonna head out. I'll probably give this a little quick edit, and I'm going to bed. Good night, y'all. Bye. Girl, ooh, girl, there is a bit. Ooh, I'm fighting for my life. I think that's like one of those, like, it's not a moth, but it's like one. He flew away, but he's definitely injured. Mind your business. I look really I am short. So as you've just so eloquently as you've just
wake up in Pasadena. Nobody asked where we from. Cold-blooded conversation. ADD told me to run. Why he got too many coats? Cali got too many sons. Home with the famous and broke. Broken and lonely a bunch.